welcome to a brand new episode, 2026 of Now About That with James and Sarah. I'm James.
I'm Sarah.
And on this week's episode, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff because we haven't had an episode for over a month.
Yeah, there's a lot to catch up on.
There is. I moved across the country. Sarah's in a freeze or something. I don't really know what's going on with Sarah's place, but
Reporting to you live from the middle of Texas, where it is unfortunately cold.
it's actually here. It's what? Let's see. Oh, it says loading weather. 55 degrees right now.
It is 25 degrees here.
Our low is 55 or 45.
Our low is going to be in the teens.
Ew. So for those of you that don't know, if you haven't listened to past episodes, I have moved from Rhode Island to Santa Clarita, California, and moved into my new apartment and got everything kind of brought in, and we're slowly getting things back to normal so that we can actually live in our apartment. For
Oh my God.
like,
You want to live in the place that you live?
right? It's insane. For like almost over a week and a half, we were sleeping on an air mattress, and I was like, we were very close to just going and buying a second air mattress, just so that we weren't that close to each other. Because it was very close. We were very close to each other. And we're used to a queen size or a king size bed, so we have like plenty of room where we're not touching each other all night or anything. So we're used to that. So we were like getting all up in each other's space, and it was very uncomfortable for the first like week and a half. More than that, it was more than 2 weeks because we got here. We moved in on the 5th, and then we didn't get our stuff until the 19th.
Oh, dang.
18th, 19th. No, it was the 18th. So it was over 2 weeks. Almost a full 2 weeks because it would have been 14 days on the 19th. Anyways, so we have our stuff. We're slowly getting unpacked. We have our bedroom and stuff is all set up, and we have a new sofa, or not a new sofa. We bought a new chaise lounge, a new kitchen table and chairs, and I'm trying to figure out where to put my desk. So as of right now, I don't have my desk put back together, and that's another thing. So in the move, we paid a moving company, and I'm never going to even think about hiring this moving company again because it was a terrible experience. We first started off with, in Rhode Island, the person that came to move our stuff was very rude. And like, he apparently yelled at Ryan or started raising his voice to Ryan, was being very rude to our property manager. And like, she just basically, she came in and, I mean, she's not the nicest person. I wouldn't say she's not the nicest. She doesn't have the most friendly tone when she's asking you to do something, and it can come across as bitchy or rude. But I think that's just her tone because she's from Rhode Island, and that's just the way that they speak, really.
Right.
But she came in and she asked him to move his truck because it was blocking the stairs into the building. So the people that were trying to make deliveries, so delivery drivers like UPS, FedEx, those drivers, weren't able to get around their truck or his truck to bring things into the apartment building. So she asked him to move it, and he didn't listen. Like, he barely even acknowledged her existence when she first came in. And then he just kept working, and then she like asked him again a little more forcefully, and he goes, "Yeah, I'll move it," like very rudely. And then he stopped. He like finished what he was doing, and then he went out, didn't move the truck. He like pulled it forward, backed it up, and like angled it a little bit more so that it was like there was a bigger gap in between the stairs and his truck. But he didn't do what she asked him to do. So he came back in, or no, he was sitting in his truck smoking. So she went out there and asked him to move it again. And like he got all pissy with her about it and then just ended up backing up the truck and then like got pissy with us because they had to take the stuff from the um the freight elevator down to the ground and then put it into the truck instead of loading it directly into the truck. And I was like, I went up to the front office to talk to her and I apologized because I was like, he was very rude to her. And I was like, I was just letting her know how like we haven't had that great of an experience with him because he came in rude with us too. And then when I got back, he apparently started raising his voice to Ryan. And Ryan was like, listen, you don't need to talk to me like that. I get that she's not the friendliest, but that doesn't give you the right to speak to me like that. And I didn't know that that happened. And when I came back, the guy apologized to me, and I was like, okay, because I didn't know that any of that happened. And then Ryan was like, oh yeah,
Right.
he's like started raising his voice to me and like started yelling, and I was like, just you need to calm down. So it wasn't the best experience that we had with him. And then when we got our stuff, we had to pay an extra $350 because they brought it in on a semi, and the semi driver said that he wouldn't be able to get back his truck out if he pulled in to the apartment complex. So he had to rent a U-Haul, take everything off the semi, put it into the U-Haul, and then bring it into the apartment. And I was this close to thinking I was going to not only have to pay $350 extra, but another $75 on top of that. Because in the contract, it said that in like for moving, if you live on the second floor, up to 14 stairs are covered. Anything above 14 stairs, it's an extra $75 every 14 steps. Well, we counted as I was walking up the stairs the other day, and it's 18 steps.
Oh, dang.
So I was like, does that mean he's going to charge me an extra $75 to now cover 4 steps that are outside of the contract because it's 4 steps? But
Right.
he didn't end up charging me that because I was I was pissed off with him because I was like, this is ridiculous. Like I get that you have to bring a semi because it's across the country, but like if I would have lived in that building instead of this building, it would have been fine. But because I live in this building, you don't think you can get out, so I have to pay an extra $350. This is ridiculous. Well, we ended up getting our stuff, and almost every single box was damaged in some way. Like
Oh
some
my
of them
God.
had like completely, like one of them was completely like ripped apart and they taped it back together. And then like all of them were like smashed in at the top. I said fragile, top only. Like nothing can go on top of this. Obviously, that's what top only means. And it was smashed. And like we had like 4 or 5 plates that were broken, 3 bowls, and then one big bowl, and then a couple of like little plates, like little dessert plates that were broken. And then um, my desk, what I was going into. So my desk, I just recently bought a butcher block top for my desk and replaced it from the like crappy little cheap thing that came on my desk when I got it. And he didn't bother to take it off the top when he started moving it around and loading it into the truck. And apparently, at some point in the moving process, they stripped the screws out of the top of the desk. So now there's like no way for me to attach my desk to the sit stand like bottom the base. So I have no way to actually secure my desk to the base of my sit stand desk.
Oh my God. Please tell me that you are like taking action against them.
Yeah, I'm submitting a claim because they've destroyed my desk and broke like 5 of our. I mean, the plates and stuff I get kind of because it's like they were stoneware, so it's likely that some of those are going to break, but not like 4 of the 8 that we
Right.
have. And then like but the desk, yeah, that's like there's just giant holes now where the screws were because they were ripped out. instead of being taken out of the desk before you started moving it, you ripped it out. So now I have to I basically either need to buy a new top or buy what I'm probably going to do is buy like some 2x4s and glue them to the bottom of the desk and then attach, like drill into the 2x4s instead of the desk. Because I need a little extra height on the desk anyway, so that would be nice. But it's like, why shouldn't need to do that just because you damaged my desk?
Right.
But other than that, we've been getting acclimated to the West Coast again because we're living in California again. Um, and we've been so since the Friday that we moved in, we've been going to the hot tub every night around 7 o'clock and just laying in the hot tub for like the for 2 cycles because it's 15-minute cycles that they run. And then just kind of coming back to hang out and kind of filter down the rest of the day, or not filter, the decompress from the day.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's been like a couple of days where I haven't been putting something together because we like bought some new TV stands for the living room and then the bedroom, and then both bedrooms we bought new bed frames because we just didn't want to mess with bringing the ones over. Um, and then I bought new nightstands for both rooms and the living room. There's like little TV tables. And then today I started putting together the movie and bookshelves. And I bought them, so I got them from IKEA. And I will say one thing I hate about IKEA is like I get that it's simple, but like they just throw everything into a pack like a plastic pouch and you have to dig through it all to find the pieces that you need instead of like having it sealed like here's A, B, C, D, whatever. So instead of having it sealed like that, they just throw it into a pouch. So I had to like dig through. And I'm noticing that like the little parts, so it has like those hidden connectors that are supposed to like hide it so it doesn't like fall. So you're not seeing just screws everywhere. But the ones that they use are plastic instead of metal. Like everything
Mm-hmm.
else I've ever had, it's metal, but these are plastic and it's fine, but they're just weird. But I started putting those together and I got two of them together and my thumb, because it's like, I don't know if you can see it. It's really red right there.
Ooh, it is really red, yeah.
But it's like, so it has, they're really nice, but like the back of it is just like a hard cardboard basically. But you attach it, typically you attach it with like little bitty nails or little screws, but they have it where it's like drilled, a hole is drilled out, and you attach it with these little plastic connectors. They're
Mm.
very similar to those, like the thermometers that go into a turkey. And then when the turkey's done, it pops out. So you know that it's that
Mm-hmm.
reached temperature. That's what they remind me of. But
That's
you
so
have to
funny.
like push the center part in and then push the little part that goes into it to kind of like stretch it out basically, to attach it. So I did that and it's like each of them. So there's no, there's four. So there's four sections and each section has four of them. So is that 16 times two? So I had to do 32 of those. And
Oh my
I have
God.
another one that I need to put together. And I looked at Ryan. I was like, I was gonna put all three of these together tonight, but that hurt my finger too much. So I'm just gonna wait for the next one and just put the other one together tomorrow.
That's fair. That's valid.
But aside from that, I also got a new car.
Mm-hmm. Moira too.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna stick with that name. I might change it to something else. Like Ryan's is Weezer. It might be like Clary or something like that from Steel Magnolia.
There you go.
So I might, because I don't think Moira fits with this one. Like Moira with my Mustang, my Mach-E fit perfectly. Loved it.
Right.
But I don't know if Moira fits with this one. So it's a 2024 Nissan Ariya Evolve Plus, which is basically like the mid-range model. And then it has the extended range battery. So it is electric, which I was excited about. But there's two things that I'm not super jazzed about with it. One of them is that it doesn't have like full one pedal driving, where the Mach-E had, like, when you release your foot off the accelerator, it will come to a complete stop and won't make, like, you won't drive until you push down on the accelerator. This one, it does slow you down, but it doesn't come to a complete stop. So like you still have to use the brake pedal, which isn't that big of a deal. I'm just like, the Mach-E had it, the Teslas have it where it's full one pedal drive. The Hyundai Ioniq 6 that I drove also had full one pedal. So most electric vehicles do have full one pedal driving, but this one for some reason doesn't, which, whatever, it's fine. I can get used to it. I'm pretty much used to it now anyway, with it having it just over, today is a week. But then the other thing is there's not really a good place for me to put my phone in the car when I'm driving. Because it has like a center console, but it's not like an actual center console where there's no storage or anything anywhere near it. The only storage is actually where you can like put your phone to charge it wirelessly. Oh, hi. There's a dog there.
This is Bobby.
Hello. He doesn't even care that I'm here. He wants you to pay attention to him.
He wants me to pay attention.
But there's nowhere for me to store it, like my phone. And if I put it in that space, I will forget that it's there. And I've done that a couple times recently because I put it in there to kind of just put it out of the way. And I've forgotten that it's there. But aside from that, I actually really like it. It's a gray color. It's called Boulder Gray is the color of the car. And I really like the color. But so the funny thing, I had to take it back to the dealership today because I got in it the other day and I was like, what is that smell? It smells really weird in here. And it's a used car. I was like, well, that's probably just a weird smell coming from the car. And then I looked behind the steering wheel on like that little like plastic leather piece that's behind the steering wheel, like if you move your steering wheel up and down or whatever so things don't get behind it in the mechanism.
Yeah.
It looked like the previous owner had vomited in the car and didn't clean it very well, because there was like a little something left right there. And then when I turned the steering wheel behind the steering wheel, like in between the steering wheel and that part, there was more. So I called them yesterday and I was like, so just so you know, I'm bringing my car back and you're going to do another cleaning because it looks like someone has vomited in this vehicle before. And I took it in there this morning and they cleaned it. But I was like, why would you not do that? I mean, it's a certified pre-owned, so it's like it came with somewhat of a warranty. And then they had this offer. I don't know why they said it like this, but they had it where you could buy another warranty and it would go up to 100,000 miles.
Right.
So I bought the warranty, and I don't like this what I'm seeing, Sarah.
Why?
Right behind you, there is just this blank space, and it looks like there's something there.
There's not.
What is that? Close the door.
Okay. So it's the bathroom.
I don't care. Close the door. It's creepy. I'm just like looking, and it just looks like there's something there. Oh, it's the things on your shower curtain. Sarah's a mess. She has a messy place. She doesn't set dress for our call because we never record.
Why would I get dressed for our calls?
I said set dress.
Yeah, why would I do that?
Because I want to see something appealing when we're having these calls and not just a random blank space that looks like there's a demon standing behind you.
But I figure you're going to be having to deal with my face anyways. What does the rest of it matter?
Jesus. But anyways, that was really the extent of that. And the guy like apologized profusely, and he was like, "Well, let me get the detail team and they'll clean it." And then I walked out and I was like, "So this isn't cleaned all the way because there's still some spots down here, like around the steering wheel that need to be cleaned." And he goes, "Oh yeah, I see it." So he went and grabbed a rag and he actually did the cleaning. So I'm like, "What does your detail people do? Because they're not cleaning properly. What do they do?" So that was fun. And then we're still waiting for them to update our lease because they have to update our lease to add my new car to the lease and then give me a new sticker. So our apartment is a gated community. So you have to have like a sticker that triggers the gate to open the gate so you can get in or to get in, but you can get out without the sticker. Or there's like an app on my phone that I can use to open the gate too. So for right now, I'm just using the app on my phone to open the gate until they give me a new sticker.
That's cool that they have a sticker though that does it. Like,
Yeah, it's like a little there's like a microchip in the sticker and it sends like it will there's like a little scanner right beside the gate that reads, and if your microchip is like on the approved list when it reads, it will unlock the gate for you and open the gate. Although 3 or 4 days this week, the gate's just been open, so it's broken like every now and then. Anyway, so it's like we live in a gated community, but it also is broken every now and then.
yeah, like most gated communities, to be honest.
But I will say, it's like if that gate is closed, there's no way that anyone can get in here without like climbing the gate, obviously, because it's like we live next to the mountain and then we're on top of a hill, so they would have to like climb over a wire fence and then climb up the hill to get to our apartment complex.
Right.
So it is a pretty nice little area. I hate that I have to pay $75 per parking space a month.
Ew.
When I'm already paying $3,000 a month in rent. Yeah, it's insane.
Jesus.
Yeah, 'tis expensive, but it is a brand new apartment. There's never been anyone that's lived with us or lived in this apartment. And there's so many. Let me unblur. So for those of you listening, you're not going to see this. But there's so many cabinets.
Yeah, there are. Jesus.
And then this whole thing right here on the other side is just full of cabinets and drawers. So we have buku amounts of cabinets in our apartment, in our kitchen.
See that.
I will say I'm not a huge fan of the layout of the living room because it's like kind of a enclave kind of, or a little cove where
alcove.
Yeah, I wish instead of having a balcony they would have just made that entire space the living room, because it's like it makes it very constricted. Like I would rather not have an outdoor space and have more living room and a larger kitchen dining area, because like then I would be able to make it like if this was, because it's like right here that's our living room over there, and then this is like the outdoor space. So if that was like this was all open and not outdoor space, we could actually have our table and chairs this way instead of this way right next to the bar. But those are just small things. That's what happens when you don't look at the place that you're renting before you rent it.
I mean, it looks great otherwise, though.
Yeah, I mean, I really like it. I like the aesthetic of it too. I'm not a huge fan of the all white countertops and like the gray cabinets, but it's better than ugly brown cabinets and ugly like brown or gray countertops that I've had in the past. So, and we have gas stove, which I have always love a gas stove more than an electric stove because it's much easier
Valid.
and better to use. And we have a washer and dryer in our bedroom in our apartment. So,
Woot woot.
and a spare bedroom. So we have a king size bed in our spare bedroom, and then our king size bed in our bedroom. so so when people come over, they'll have plenty of room to sleep.
Love that.
Other than that, how's Sarah doing?
Hmm. I'm okay. I'm okay. I paid off all my credit cards.
Well, that's exciting.
Um and so now I've switched over, like, this is the most exciting thing that's happening in my life at this time, is that I paid off these bills, and then I've switched over like my utilities to one of my credit cards so that way I can continue building my credit
Yeah.
with bills I already have to pay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Other than that, not a whole heck of a lot. I did go camping. Nick and I went to an event called Freezer Burn. Had a really good time. It was a lot of fun. It was nice being out in the woods and getting to see the stars, and it got so nice and cold, which was also great. I just there's nothing quite like camping when it's cold.
No.
And so, I
mean, I don't like camping at all, so
I know.
you're not really telling me anything that I would care about 'cause
I know.
hate camping.
I know. But just know it was perfect. It was perfect. I had a really, really good time. But yeah, other than that, back to work. There's a bunch of bullshit going on at work, but when isn't there? I'm tired of office politics.
No.
I'm looking for a new job, but not being successful, obviously. I made a new friend. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Life's been pretty, not boring, but pretty normal. Just normal stuff going on, which I honestly am quite happy about. Other than this freeze that's happening right now, but already it's better than the last time we had a freeze. So, like, but granted, though, it could still go wrong because I mean, Ted Cruz has already fled the state. So,
yeah,
he's in California right now. So if you see him, just give him a nice little kick.
I mean,
anyway.
I might just say the accelerator got stuck on my car.
There you go.
Oh, so no, I did have one more thing that I forgot to talk about in this little conversation. So I almost got escorted out of a Chase Bank.
Oh, yes.
Which I talked a little bit about on the Discord chat with you and Sam, me and Sam. And so here's the thing. I was super frustrated because I had recently switched over to American Express for my checking. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll just use my American Express card and go, because whenever I've moved into a new apartment, I have to give them a cashier's check or a money order for the first security deposit and first month's rent. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I'll just go to Walmart and use my debit card because you can use a debit card to buy a money order. Well,
right.
You can, except not with American Express.
Oh,
American Express does not allow you to buy money orders with your debit card. So I was
oh,
like, okay, I need to buy almost four or get almost $4,000 on a money order. How am I going to do this? So I was like, well, then I'll just go to a bank and see about opening an account and then just move things over to a new bank, like a different bank.
right.
And so I went to Chase and I was waiting in line and this guy walked up from the like behind the thing and he goes, "Oh, what are you waiting for? Is there anything I can help you with?" And I was like, "Well, I need to just open a new account." And he goes, "Well, you'll have to make a um oh my gosh, make an appointment to open a new account and our banker is busy today. So you won't be able to do it today. You'd have to do it tomorrow." Well, I was like, "Well, I can't wait. Like I need to get this money today because I have to like either have a cashier's check or a money order." And I was like, "Can I just buy a cashier's check?" And he goes, "No, we only give them to people who have an account." I'm like, "Okay, then we don't need to continue talking." And he was like,
Right.
"Well, you can go online." I was like, "No, this conversation's done. I'm done talking to you. You can't help me. Everything you're going to say is now just wasting my time. So I'm leaving." So I left, and when I left, I may have pushed or miscalculated how light the doors were and pushed them open really hard as I was walking out.
Uh-huh.
Because I was very frustrated, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get this money to pay to move into my apartment that I'm like already running late to do. Because it was like our appointment was at 11:30, and it was like 10:45,
Dang.
and it was like a 20-minute drive from where we were to get to the apartment complex. So I called and I was like, just so you know, like we're having to run around and figure some stuff out. And so I ended up Venmoing Ryan the money. And then we went back to Walmart to get the money orders. But with money orders, you can only buy a money order for up to $1,000. So I had to buy four money orders, which they were $1 a piece. So it's not that big of a deal. But then we went to start doing it, and Ryan's bank wouldn't let him do it either. So he had to call and talk to the bank, and like they had to do it like three times. And then finally, on like the fourth time, it went through for everything and it was fine. But it was like it went from being a quick 15-20 minute checkout, but because American Express doesn't let you use your debit card to buy money orders, it went to like 2.5 hours of running around trying to figure out how to get this money and then sending it to Ryan, waiting for it to come through his bank to Venmo or from Venmo to his bank and paying like $30 fees for a quick transfer.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just so frustrating. I was so mad.
I would have
And then
been
we
too.
yeah, and then we got here and everything was fine, but it was just like so frustrated and it was annoying, but we are here and we're getting situated in the apartment. I didn't get arrested. I have opened a new checking account with Wells Fargo.
Woot woot.
So I've been slowly pushing, like getting away from my bank account that's with my work because it's not very useful when I don't have access to go to a bank and do something that I have. Like if I need something, I need to talk to someone at a bank or I need to do it at a like with a person.
Right.
So I went to I finally got a new checking account with Wells Fargo, which I thought I was good because I got it with American Express. But then I was like, oh well, American Express doesn't have a bank either, so it's just in the same situation. And then like the apartment complex told me that I can't use an American Express checking account to pay rent. So I was like, so I need to get a new checking account anyway then, because I can't use my American Express checking account. So I just had to find something else. So now I have a Wells Fargo checking account, which is fine. And a new car, new checking account, new
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 apartment,
apartment.
whole
Crazy
new
stuff.
life going on over there.
Yeah, and Ryan and I are gonna go once we're done with this. Gonna go lay in the hot tub and hang out, and then we're gonna come back and watch Drag Race.
Sounds like a
Oh,
good time.
one thing I did want to ask you is, have you watched Heated Rivalry?
I have not.
I have, and it is a very good series. I
I've
enjoyed it
heard
a lot.
I've heard good things. Um, and it sounds like it's done by the same people that do Letterkenny, um, which I love. So
No.
I'm sure that I would love it.
So I watched a interview with one of the leads. I think it was Connor Story, um, where they were saying that the it was originally supposed to be like created and aired in the United States, but they didn't want to. It was like they didn't want to have any like kissing or anything until like the fifth episode, and it's like it's only 6 episodes for the first season anyway, so it's like what's the point in that? So they ended up moving it to Canada, and we're only going to air it on Crave for Canada. And then HBO Max actually like greenlit it and started airing it, and it's like one of the number one shows on HBO Max since it's been running.
Okay.
And it's like literally 5 minutes in, and it's very, very heated.
I mean, it is called Heated Rivalry, so
Yeah. It's a very fun show. I really enjoyed it. Well, would you like to call it a podcast so you
yeah,
can
I think we
pay
can call it.
attention to that old man?
Yeah, since he keeps coming in here and being like, "Why aren't you paying attention to me?"
All right. Well, thank you for listening to this week's episode of Now About of James and Sarah. And if you like this episode, please give us a like, a comment. Don't forget to follow or subscribe. If you would leave us, if you would leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. This will help get the podcast out to more people and help us grow. If there's something you would like us to discuss, you can send us a voicemail or an email. You can send us an email at nowaboutthatpod@gmail.com. Or you can call and leave us a voicemail or send us a text message. Our phone number is 765-557-4170. I did get that out. I still haven't memorized. That was rough. And welcome to 2026,
Welcome to
season 5.
2026.
Season 5 of Now About That with James and Sarah.
Season 5.
A lot of new stuff going on, a lot of fun stuff. So we'll see how it goes. I'll still try to kind of get these out at 5 a.m. Monday morning Eastern time. We'll see how that works. It might switch to Pacific time because I don't know how that works with the system. It might still just go 5 a.m., but whatever.
I was going to say, I have no idea. Good luck.
Well, I just schedule it and it releases. All right. Well, that's all. Thanks for listening. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, Sarah, enjoy your weekend. Are you doing anything this weekend? We didn't even do that part of it.
Oh, no. I'm hunkering down for the storm with Nick and the Bobinski.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well,
other
you guys
than
have
that,
fun.
we
Light
will.
a fire if you can light a fire. If not, don't light a fire. I mean, obviously. All
We're
right,
probably
well,
not going to light a fire, but I wish we could. All right. What about you? Anything exciting?
I mean, I'm probably gonna finish putting together the other bookshelf, and then that's the last thing I really have to put together. Ryan will probably then start putting the movies and books and stuff on said bookshelves. And then we can start getting that spare bedroom arranged. And then aside from that, it's really just kind of straightening things up. We're going to go to breakfast tomorrow and probably do what we have been doing every night and go lay in the hot tub for 30 minutes.
The same thing we do every day, Pinky.
Try to take over the world. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.